After years of heartbreak to end the CFL season, the 2013 Saskatchewan Roughriders ended their season living a dream. Not only did the Roughriders beat the Hamilton Tiger Cats 45-23 to win the 101st Grey Cup, but they also won it at home in the final Grey Cup at the original Mosaic Stadium. The championship was even sweeter after heartbreaking losses in the 2009 and 2010 Grey Cups and a last-second loss in the playoffs in Calgary in 2012.
In the previous year, 2012, having lost the way we did, I think the last 30 or 40 seconds in Calgary, it looked like we were going to have a chance to win it. It was rough. It was a tough pill to swallow, especially after 09 and 10 and a really horrible year in 11, so we kind of got sick of losing.
The Roughriders front office were too, and did everything they could to give the team the best chance to win it all at home. The Riders brought in big names like Dwight Anderson, reigning CFL Defensive Player of the Year Alex Hall, and the CFL's all-time leading receiver, G. Roy Simon.
Brought in Waylon Brown, Rod Williams, got Hall late in the season, Sackler from previous year, brought back Johnny Chick, and got G. Roy, Ricky Foley. Knew okay, they're loading up for bear here. We have quite the team. And finally, when they brought in G. Roy, you're thinking, geez, G. Roy, he's the ultimate guy you hate because he's a BC Lion and greatest receiver of all time at that point. And when he came in, you're like, okay, G. Roy's in the green and white. Okay, we're all in.
The New Look Riders gelled instantly and raced out to the best start in franchise history, sitting 8-1 after a Labor Day win over Winnipeg in front of the second biggest crowd in team history. Corey Sheets had 1,149 yards rushing after 9 games, and he was on pace to break the CFL record. However, when Sheets got injured, the Riders struggled without their standout running back.
We had Corey Sheets that was just, not only following a great O-line at the time, but also making plays happen when we really needed him to. And then unfortunately, a little injury for himself, and then we go, I believe, on a 4-game skid. And it's one of those ones that you start to question. But I think the biggest thing from our 2013 team is we never stopped believing in each other. We were so resilient.
The Riders rallied to win 3 straight games before dropping their final 2 regular season games to finish behind Calgary in the West Division standings with an 11-7 record.
Looking back, I think we had at least 10 to 15 guys who had either won a Grey Cup with the Riders or with another team. So we had a lot of experience in that locker room, and there was really no panic. And throughout the whole season, even when we struggled and limped into the playoffs at 3-6, we were never panicked. We never got down. We always felt confident.
Even for the experienced, confident group, it wouldn't be an easy path to the Grey Cup. The BC Lions took a 9-point lead into the final quarter of the West semifinal before Durant took over. He carried the ball 4 times for 91 yards in the late going, and threw a touchdown pass as the Riders scored 13 straight points to pull out a 29-25 win. It was the start of an incredible run for the Riders' veteran quarterback. In 3 playoff games, Durant would throw 8 touchdown passes, no interceptions, while passing for 795 yards.
I always loved having Darian as our quarterback. We all believed him, but it seemed like some of the outside noise maybe didn't necessarily believe in Darian the way they should, but we saw what he went through and the work he put in, and we loved him. He was the kind of quarterback that got down and dirty, and after a game, his jersey was not clean. There's blood on it, and the jersey was ripped, and you go for a beer with him after the game. That's the kind of guy we liked. He was a blue-collar quarterback, and we loved him, and so just for him to kind of put everything together for that run was really thrilling for all of us.
The Riders shocked Calgary in the West Final, forcing 7 turnovers and running away with a 35-13 win, with Sheets gaining 177 rushing yards and a touchdown, and Durant throwing 3 touchdown passes. In the Grey Cup, Hamilton did grab an early 3-0 lead, but a home field bounce helped the Riders settle any nerves and grab the momentum for good.
Looking back, I think one of the biggest plays was the fumble that Sheets recovered. I think it was Darian that got it or fumbled it, and Sheets basically on the one bounce took it and ran for 40 or 50 yards. And that's when guys like myself who've been around a long time are looking around kind of thinking like, okay, this is going to be our day today.
The Riders scored 24 straight points and took a 31-6 lead into the half. Sheets ran for a Grey Cup record 197 yards and 2 touchdowns. Durant threw 2 touchdown passes to Simon and another to Weston Dressler, who had 4 touchdowns in the playoffs. Chris Getzlaff capped his playoffs by being named the game's most outstanding Canadian. For road roommates Clark and Ben Heenan, both Regina-born offensive linemen, the final minutes of the Grey Cup were magical.
I remember when we were about 2 minutes left looking over to Ben and be like, man, we dreamed of this. We played RMF here, we played high school here, and now we're playing professional and win a Grey Cup. and it was just an unbelievable moment. I never won a football championship until then, and it was something that I dreamed of, and it was exactly the way I thought it would be. It's like the night before Christmas, and then Christmas Day, it's 10 times better.
Installed in the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on September 24th, 2022, the 2013 Saskatchewan Roughriders Football Club.